Hello and welcome to our coverage from the Alutaguse Open Innova Baltic Tour here in Estonia. We are at the Metsamaa course, and we've got a new commentary team going. Gregg Barsby, Nate Sexton, glad to have you here.
The sexy part of Big Sexy is in the building.
But yeah, we got a special course. Here's the card. Gregg, myself, Albert Tamm, and Rasmus Metsamaa.
This is a modified layout of the original Metsamaa disc golf park, I believe.
Yeah, it's definitely a pro layout. It's pretty fun. I mean, I didn't really know what to expect coming to Estonia. My first trip here. Really happy with the course. We're starting out on a beautiful day, just a little bit of wind. You can see 30 degrees C. That's pretty hot. You can see a lot of flies around. They aren't too bad, but you got to be on the lookout for those bad boys.
It's either deal with the flies or deal with the wind.
Yeah, for sure. And we got some nice little B-roll, warm-up field. Albert coming off that third place finish at the major.
He's playing hot.
Really is. Hole 1, par 3, 129 meters, 423 feet. OB down the entire left side. It kind of opens up a little bit at the green. Nothing OB on the right, but it's a crush, going a little bit uphill. So we're going to see these guys, us guys, I guess, go with kind of a wide hyzer, just kind of a full rip on a distance driver.
Yeah, you don't really want to play with that left side. I think the safe play is to play out to the right.
Alutaguse Open. Reigning world champion from USA, Team Innova, Gregg Barsby.
Timo, the tournament director, introducing us to the crowd.
And he's put in so much work on this course. It's the mowing alone.
Yeah.
It's just an amazing undertaking.
Yeah, they've got a great crew out here in the Baltics.
Are you going with a boss?
Yes, that's a champion edition kind of, or that's a star champ blend from 2012.
I know the type.
Yeah. It's just outside the circle there.
2017 United States champion, Team Innova, Nate Sexton.
Nate taking the stage. It's cool how they brought the stage out for the first hole. I really like that.
Definitely. I'm going with the Destroyer.
Maybe a little bit higher.
Yeah, I need it higher. That's probably going to be 15, 17 meters, something like that. I was a little bit low there and didn't really rip it how I needed to.
Reigning Estonian champion and current record holder of this course, Team Latitude 64, Albert Bazooka Tamm.
The Bazooka, Albert Tamm.
He's done it. He's made a name for himself. It's awesome. I believe the record is 12 under. And this has good height and width. You can see the wind pushing those flags, just kind of carrying the disc over, and that is a green hit.
Yeah, just inside the circle. And you could tell why they call him the Bazooka right away. He just chipped one out there.
Feature card competition.
Yeah,
Team Trilogy Estonia, Rasmus Metsamaa.
Rasmus, I've never seen this guy play before, and he won the fan vote.
I think it was a golf, like a round. I think they might have had to play their way in, but I'm not totally sure for the last spot on this feature card.
Oh, that looks like it's drifting left.
Yeah, that's going to be out of bounds, a little short. He'll have a long look at his par save.
Here you are from, 17 meters maybe?
Something
18?
like that. I'm going to go R-Pro Dart, try to give it a little spin. I find from that distance, I think the tailwind is the toughest wind for me just because I can almost never convince myself to throw it hard enough.
Right. You don't want to leave yourself a comebacker that's, especially on the first hole. Right.
Yeah. And Rasmus going to take a bogey. You got a little tester to start your day. And that is a very nice putt.
That's always nice to start out the round with a good, solid putt.
Put a little pressure on Albert. He delivers as well.
There's a connection. Rasmus tapping out his bogey. And these are fresh bullseye marks, as I found out on the practice day, where my putter had a bunch of paint all over it.
You got to paint them sometime.
I was like, is this disc illegal now?
I think you're good.
Okay.
Hole 2, interesting par 4 here, 180 meters, 591 feet. I don't know that I can remember another hole that really feels very much like this one. You're shooting straight at first, and then you've got this gap down the hill to the right. You could also go full giant anhyzer over all the trees, and this is kind of the preferred landing zone down here, and then all that rough area is out of bounds, kind of funnels you down through another chute, and then again the pin wrapped by out of bounds as well. So a lot of trouble you can find here, and just kind of an interesting shot.
Yeah, this is a unique hole, and there's a bunch of different ways you could attack it depending on the winds. I think you could play a hyzer, or you can play the full send turnover. I'm playing the destroyer on the flick, and that's a little bit wide and is going to get caught up. I threw it past the gap.
Yeah, a little bit low and flat, just never really got its finish. Albert going to show us the big shot.
Yeah, that's the full send. He maybe wanted to get a little more turnover out of it.
Maybe, but then you're testing the OB.
True.
So I think I think he's going to be really happy there. He's just kind of
that's
500
shot,
feet down there.
Yeah.
Not a lot between him and the basket.
So are you taking the Firebird here?
This is a destroyer.
Okay.
Also.
Maybe the wind. Oh, so it caught up right there on that tree's edge, but decent landing.
Yeah, it kind of slowed it down. I'm on a pretty serious downslope, but I'm not too worried about that. I'm happy to not be in the woods.
Rasmus going with the Climo line.
Yeah.
I like to call that the Climo line.
Yeah.
Got that leg way up in the air and pushed the turnover. That was a really good shot.
Perfect shot. And that little cut roll at the end, not a problem. This is probably, for me, the most downhill run-up to up flying shot that I've ever thrown. It was a pretty strange feeling.
Okay, so they showed where the disc landed. That's a pretty good position.
It was I was so happy. I mean, I had a really weird feeling run-up.
So I was pretty tied in there. Just try to play a little cut roller out into the middle, and that worked. That worked perfectly.
Yeah, success there. You really can't do anything else.
No. I've seen when we were playing doubles, I saw a guy bust through that back edge. So I was hoping that maybe I got some good luck. But I was really tight in there. But no problem. Easy scrap from there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Old KC AVR approach down the gap, playing it traditional style.
Now we're over in the Estonian landing zone. Or all you have to do is chip a forehand hyzer and almost dunk it.
Whoa. Well, that'd be a way to start the round. Birdie eagle.
I'll say.
Rasmus also going with the flick here.
He's going to go through the trees and also kind of almost make it.
Boy,
great play by both of those guys on this hole.
He had a wide open kind of look through there.
Yeah, he did.
Nice three. Eliminate the bogey really quickly. Also a good three from you. Good way to scrap it. Especially with that downhill slope, it's easy to not throw that shot high enough.
Yeah.
And catch tree. Like, you made sure to get over the stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just
Careful mark.
Making my mark with the sweet Innova Baltic marker.
Yeah, those things are awesome.
Really, really cool. A little bit of wood.
There's a lot of cool woodcraft in Estonia that I've seen so far. We've got some cool sunglasses, everything. But yeah, here we go. Albert, hot start, 2 down through 2. And we're to a big bruiser now. Hole 3, par 5, 288 meters, 945 feet. You can kind of see the mow lines. That's going to define the out of bounds. So the first shot is kind of a hyzer over OB, just trying to find the middle. And then you go for the corner, kind of get around that biggest spruce tree, and you're going to be all right. Get into the middle, and then it's kind of an uphill approach to what could almost sort of feels like an island green. It's not an island, but it's got OB all around the back.
Yeah, you can see the stakes, and I think it'd be easy to throw it too long there. Like this is an interesting hole. I'm calling this one the lightning bolt hole, just from the shape.
Yeah, sure. And I like the use of the stairs and the sponsor signs, like guarding the green. That's a cool feature, I think. Like, an awesome place to have advertisements, and also something where you have to like throw it high enough but not too far. And
yeah, you can't dunk it up there and like make a 12-meter putt. You have to put it high enough to get it up by the basket. This is I think the preferred play is the hyzer shot. Maybe like a power player could take the hyzer flip line, but
Yeah.
it gets a little dangerous, and this is a tough hole for the eagle, even for the longer throwers, I think.
You just
You
got to
gotta
be
take-
careful of these little trees, as we're going to see Rasmus here. Pretty unfortunate.
Oof.
I'm also kind of tied up on a little tree. You'd like to be just a bit more left, I think, just to make sure you're not behind those two.
I'm taking the destroyer here and just trying to get a little more left than the rest of the guys and make sure that I'm not obstructed on the second shot.
It's a job well done.
Well, a little shorter.
It doesn't matter, though, unless you're just a monster thrower and you're thinking about a 3.
Yeah.
I think, on a par 5, whether you're 10 meters, 20 meters longer or shorter, really not a big issue.
Same destroyer off the second shot. When I got up to this, I realized that maybe I want to take it a little bit wider next time.
Yeah, just a bit scary there. You got to around the spruce, but yeah, you can afford to let the disc go straight a little bit. You've got a lot of room to that back edge.
Here's Albert.
Albert's got big power, I would say. I don't know. I mean, I think he's probably got at least 160, 170 meter arm if he wants to use it.
Certainly.
550-ish.
Certainly. Yeah. I mean, if he plays like the hyzer flip up,
Yeah.
I could see him throwing 200 meters.
Yeah, he might have that. He might have that.
He's a big guy. And for the people at home watching here, we spoke about this. Nate, you set your mini down to make sure that you didn't make a foot fault to the right because you wanted to play as far right in the box as you could.
Sometimes I do that. Like, it's not my official mark, but I just put my mini there just for my own, timing and my view of, that's where I want to put my foot when I'm trying to mark at a funny angle or I really need the distance behind. So I'm just setting the mini down just as, a visual aid.
Yeah, that's a really good. That's a veteran move, I think. Just knowing where you want to put your foot. Well. Look at this shot.
Oh, wow. That's from distance,
Bullseye.
too.
That's a 380-foot putt jump.
He basically had to pitch out of the tree and then still able to get to the bullseye.
This is looking a little short.
Oh, off the stairs.
Up the champ love.
Beautiful. I'm going with the Firebird here, trying to spike it a little bit.
Maybe a little tight.
Little bit, but the grass is kind on that upslope. It doesn't really have much ability to skip either direction.
Yeah, that's the beauty of having a green that's facing you. All of a sudden,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't want to get away.
Yeah, you can really afford to kind of put a little extra speed. You have to be careful of the height here with the OB stakes, obviously. But
Albert
in for birdie.
in for birdie from about 6 meters, maybe.
Yeah, something like that. It's looking like a star frame for the group here as everyone is basically bullseye.
We were just padding our stats there from circle 1.
Yeah, I like to be, you want that circle 1X. Get your percentage up, and you'll do just that. Rasmus with the absolutely foolish play inside the bullseye. Not going to get any stats for that, other than a bullseye hit.
I mean, bullseye hit. What is... Yeah, that was a great shot. He's got a nice, smooth form.
Yeah, absolutely.
So after 3, I'm at 2 under. Nate, you're at 2 under. Albert, 3 for 3.
Mm-hmm.
And Rasmus with 2 birdies.
Hole 4 has a little different feel than what we've seen so far. Par 3, 99 meters, 325 feet through a little narrow gap, and then the pin is tucked pretty high up this slope, so you have to be a little bit careful about your angles coming in. You'd like to throw, I think, just a little deep of the basket if you could have your way and stay out of that dirt. You'd just get on that green grass and see if you could stick one close enough to not have to worry much about the putt.
Yeah, you can't really tell with the flyover, but that dirt in front of the basket really kind of plays as an obstruction.
Yeah.
I feel like the play is to hang it to the right a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like Albert's a little tight here, and this is a better angle. You can see how much that funnels down.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's very steep on the left, and I think most of the shots that go there will roll down the hill. It'd be hard to stick it on there.
I'm going with a Thunderbird.
I like the Thunderbird play here. That's looking really good. Just got to kind of,
Just a little low.
yeah, so got caught up a little bit.
And that's outside the circle.
Rasmus playing a more direct line right at it. Little low again, but that's going to be maybe a couple meters in front of.
Yeah, a little closer than where I am.
I'm playing the Tour Series Eagle with just a touch of turnover. Maybe a little bit more would have been great.
And that's going to be in that little canyon as well.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe 12 meters or something.
Albert from about 15.
Oh.
And
Oh,
this
no.
is the danger here. That's
So
gonna.
he rolled outside the circle.
Yeah. He went from 15 to probably now 12, maybe even more uphill from here. Big time putt coming up. Just leaves it right. Luckily, it doesn't roll again. So he should be able to get away with a single bogey.
So I've got a 10-time AVR that I'm putting with right now.
Okay.
And I wish it were newer.
Man, this green is just evil. It's very, very tough. You can't really lay up. I mean, I'm only 11 meters away.
The Firefly.
Luckily, I couldn't tell. I was just kind of hoping not to see that thing rolling, and luckily it did stay up there.
That was about 9 meters. I put it where I wanted to.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was hoping it was going to fall down.
And Rasmus takes the birdie. Great play there, picking up 2 strokes on you guys and another stroke on me.
Yeah, that's 3 birdies in a row for him. And
Yeah.
a great way to bounce back from hole 1.
Definitely.
I'm pretty disgusted after that. Just throw it in there like a basketball.
Yeah.
But this course, I feel as even seeing how wide open this course is, it's still a putter's course.
Yeah, it's long enough, and as we've seen in the practice round, it can be windy enough that it's hard to stack up a ton of bullseyes. I think you're going to be faced with some tester putts, as you always are on most courses, but this is one where I think it's maybe even more that way, just because you're trying to place shots from quite some distance when you're playing in your second shots on some of these longer, second and third shots on some of these longer ones.
Yeah.
Hole 5 is par 4, 218 meters, 715 feet. Doesn't play very long, though, because it's downhill. And today we had a pretty favorable wind as well. So you can play kind of a distance driver hyzer to flip up a little bit. And you can probably get, 550 out of this drive.
Yeah, normal pro players should be able to get down there for a fairly easy up and down if they're playing a driver. Rasmus looks like he's playing a speed driver here. It's a little left.
And that rough up there is OB, but he should be okay. He'll have kind of a sharp angle. You got to play a hyzer around these trees. And again, the pin, as most of them are, the pin is wrapped with OB only about 10 meters away. So you got to watch out for that.
Looks like you're playing your flippy destroyer here.
Yeah, this is getting a pretty good ride.
Yeah, that's a really nice shot. Down there maybe to 80 meters.
Yeah, something like that.
Albert. Boom. The bazooka. He threw it so fast the camera couldn't even follow it.
You can't even zoom out quick enough to catch that thing. That's a crush.
And that was on pure hyzer, too. He didn't stand it up at all. I'm playing Star Thunderbird here just for the reason just make sure it gets inbounds.
Yeah, definitely.
That was a little left of really where I wanted it. I didn't want to open up too much.
Yeah.
As I'm looking down there on the right side, there's the OB to the right. But I'm still maybe 90, 95 meters.
And are you going Firebird now?
This is the Draco.
Oh, okay.
From Millennium, which is my version of a Nate Sexton Firebird.
Nice. Yeah, perfect result there, just beyond the basket.
It was a little deceptive from up there with the shadow. I thought that was a little long.
Yeah.
Rasmus playing more of a spike angle, and he's just going for the bullseye stat, I think.
Wow. I'm going R-Pro Dart.
Yeah, that's making easy work of this hole. Nice hyzer angle. Make sure it got around the tree. That's smart play there. Just not playing a straight. You just play the hyzer. And
yeah.
As you can see, there's a little hill on the left side to stop anything from going up there.
And if you get as much glide as Albert did, you really don't have a hyzer anymore. It's more just a straight shot. Though he did leave that short.
I think he was pinched off. He threw it to that distance where he's in between clubs, maybe.
Yeah.
7-8 meters, bang.
Nice putt.
Yeah, that was really solid. Wind's down.
I feel like that's always such a tough putt when you throw an upshot that really disappoints you. You know, because he's in a very easy spot there. I think he'd be pretty surprised to not be bullseye generally from that range.
Yeah.
And that putt just comes with a little extra pressure for me when I'm like, I already kind of counted the birdie in my head. And then you're like, oh my God, I left it 9 meters.
Right. Still got to go to work.
So that's a big putt, I feel like.
Yeah, and that really keeps him going after a bogey. All of a sudden, there's a couple. So we're all ringing the chains for the next group.
Let them know where we're at. And no, that's a kind of a European little tradition for the star frame. Get a little ring there. Lets the fans get a little chance to cheer. Kind of a fun thing.
Rasmus, 4 in a row after the start.
Not bad.
Just smoothing.
Not bad. Hole 6, par 3, 90 meters, 295 feet. Pretty tough shot. You can go with like an Anheuser backhand on a kind of overstable disc and try to flatten it. There's also sort of like a forehand Anheuser shot. And there's even sort of the opportunity for just a massive hyzer going over the top.
Yeah, this is a unique hole. Probably one of my favorites on the course, just from the look of it. You can see how much work they've put in on the left side to cut down the brush.
It's one of the newest holes here, I think. This one and the next one.
Rasmus playing the turnover, and that's a solid shot. He's up there maybe 7 meters out.
Yeah. Trying to keep that birdie streak going. I'm going with Champion Orc.
So you're playing the flick here. That's a little low, maybe just a little bit to the left, but on the green.
And Albert is going to go with that big hyzer.
I was surprised by this play, and he's got such a big arm. I could understand why it takes all of the trees out, but I think he just put the nose up a little too much on that one.
It was kind of a funny moment because we're all like, wow, he's going to throw the huge hyzer, and he threw it, and it came up like 25 meters short, and he just couldn't do anything but laugh. We all kind of had a little laugh about it just because it looked like such a huge shot. You're waiting for it to drop right on the green, and there is a perfect shot. That's your eagle?
That's the eagle.
Money, just in the bullseye, perfect control. You see the Anheuser release to flattening late. That's really the line for this hole. Yeah, Albert from way downtown.
Get in.
Wow.
That's a good miss from there. Right on line. Okay, so you're
maybe 13, 14.
Bang. That's a great connection there. No jump needed.
Yeah,
just a nice full extension.
Been messing around with the stagger stance from a little farther away. I feel like the straddle's been betraying me on those longer ones, so I'm kind of trying to go with that, and it's feeling good when I'm out there like 14, 15, or if it's windy. Nice birdie pickups from Rasmus and yourself, and Albert will take a par.
Par cleanup. You know he's thinking, why did I throw that hyzer?
Mm-hmm.
He's the bazooka. I can't blame him. I would do it if I could.
What do you think he'll do today? You think he'll go again, or you think he's going to go under now?
Maybe we take some bets on that.
Yeah. Quick thank you to Disc Sport Europe, really driving the growth of the game here in Estonia. Small country, 1.3 million people, already over 130 courses in the ground. And I think safe to say neither you or I would be here without their help.
Yeah, fantastic crew that Dissport.ee has, and they're pushing it throughout the Baltics. They have, I think, the biggest and best tour here, and it really shows just by the level of professionalism that each of their courses has.
Yeah, hole 7 is a par 3 going straight ahead and then really steep uphill, and there's a lot of slopes. You can't really tell, but almost every side of the basket is a drop-off here.
That's a solid shot. He's right at the top of the hill, Rasmus, with a nice hyzer flip shot.
Pretty fantastic.
Yeah, that's really. This gap is pretty tight. Now, I was interested to see your play here. The sidearm to the right side of the pine tree out of the gate.
Yeah.
That was maybe a little bit low.
It was.
Left.
It was. It's a smaller gap, but I don't really like throwing that flex with the Anheuser out of the hand. So for me, the forehand, it makes a little more sense. You're a fantastic flex thrower, so you're going to put that little bit of Annie on the eagle again.
There it is. Hey, bullseye.
Just parks it. That's 2 in a row.
I've finally started to work that eagle into the bag. They're a little overstable out of the gate.
And Albert,
Get in the hole.
Could be a mid-range, but yeah, you see it kind of skips along, and it does go a little downhill there, so he's going to be in a little trouble back there.
Yeah, he's maybe only 6 or 7 meters. However, he's going to have some stuff to work with.
I got some tough footing here in the rocks.
This putt was amazing.
But I was happy to get that little dart spin.
Just such a how I was thinking about this after you made the putt. I said I don't think I could even got to the basket, cause just with the footing right and trying to.
It's like an all wrist shot.
That was fantastic. Another birdie from Rasmus. He's just zoning right now.
Yeah,
he's just in the zone.
I love that. It's one of the best things about doing commentary. Like in the moment, I'm playing my own game. I didn't realize he was just stacking birdies
just
like
went
this.
6 in a row or something.
And now to see it, you can really tell. Great putt.
Nice. He just snuck it right around that little bush there.
And I don't think this is going to be a very common star frame. This hole is pretty tough.
You definitely made it count.
Yeah, I had to set the tone real quick.
Yeah. We were like, okay, nobody's missing this one. Yeah, that's a really solid star frame and a unique hole in comparison to a lot of the holes out here. Tight and uphill.
Yeah.
There's only a few holes that are that tight.
Through 7 holes, the whole group at 4 or 5 under, so everyone playing really well. Hole 8, par 4, 228 meters, 748 feet, breaking to the right. You can go huge turnover, roller, forehand, anything that's going to finish a little bit right and keep you out of those trees. On the left, it's not out of bounds, but it might as well be if you went in there. I mean, you're really going to be just pitching out. And then you've got one of the longer second shots that's on this course, I feel like, because you can't really go huge distance with the way the corner shapes.
Yeah, so with the OB on the right, I think the play is to leave it on the left. This hole also plays into the headwind a lot, and I think it provides a pretty difficult challenge and making sure you have the right disc in conjunction with the wind. That way you get the turnover, but not too much and not so much that it'll hyzer out. And that's a bomb.
Yeah, it is.
Wow. The wind's down right now, so the roller play is available. You could throw the flick and play it into the middle. Like, are you playing the destroyer here?
Yeah, I'm just trying to go for, maybe 120 meters, nothing too huge.
Wow, that thing caught some air.
That one's one of those star D, like flat kind of early run ones. They're a little bit better, I think, for me for the forehand because they just aren't that overstable.
Right, it'll hold that line. I'm going to play the STD with the roller here.
This is big.
You can tell that it's a little bumpy out there, but I really like that play, especially since I can, as long as I get it down and with a little bit of cut, I can get some extra distance.
Yeah.
Albert playing a boom. Well, he just crested the tree. It's not even in the way for him.
Both of those guys with just great control of the angles to throw that Anheuser and not have it flex out too early and kind of test the trees. I'm going to go with that same destroyer again. Right as I was kind of in my run-up, I sort of like felt the headwind, and I had that thought of like, should I stop and get my Excalibur? Yeah, and as soon as I let it go, like, come on, man, that wasn't the right disc.
The wind would definitely grab a hold of that right out of the hand. I'm going to be playing the Draco again.
Yeah, you guys got probably 20 or 30 meters more up the fairway than I did with the little bit bigger shots and reaping the benefits there, throwing it right to the basket.
Yeah, just outside the bullseye, right? I'm working on that pad statting. I like that.
Yeah. And this is off the basket. Are you kidding me?
Whoa. Nice little slow-mo replay. Going right in there and
wow,
digging up. That was almost like a little anti-bounce.
Yeah, more than a skip, more like a bounce.
Yeah. Albert looking like maybe taking an overstable mid from here.
Yeah, looks like it. And what a smooth delivery.
Oh, another bullseye. The Estonians make this look cake.
Yeah, they do.
Now you're maybe 20.
Yeah, 20 meters or so. Got the dart queued up. Wasn't a bad effort, but not quite on line.
No, I'm thinking if he makes this one, he's not going to miss the rest of the round. He's had 2 outside already in the last 2 holes.
Yeah, I was feeling good on that one, thinking, oh, man, I mean, I've just made a couple. I maybe get another one.
I'm happy with the birdie there. This hole can be really interesting, especially when the wind comes up. So you can tell right now the wind is down at this point in the round.
Mm-hmm.
I think this hole in particular is maybe the most tough hole to play when it's windy in comparison to when it's not. I think it's fairly basic hole if there's no wind, but the wind really provides the challenge.
And our practice round, we only got one practice round out here for this week, and the practice round was so windy. I think that really influenced my play. Is like, this is kind of a hole I'm fine with a 4. No. But then as I watch you guys play it, it's kind of like, oh, and the less wind, I mean, you guys are getting way up there. But in my practice shots, I couldn't get anything into that real estate. So I might think about changing my play this round. We'll see how the wind is.
Yeah, so hole 9, this is the island hole. Now you see the stakes down below the camera here. The guys are putting from the drop zone there, and then the island starts right here. This is a unique hole, again, with the wind can really affect which shot you're going to throw. I've seen players throw the putter here, and I think the big hyzer is the play. Rasmus hanging it up there, and you almost want to hang it at that tree right in front. That's a really good shot there.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so he's in, and it's tough to push it to the distance of the basket and not hit the tree, right?
And he's looking for an 8th straight birdie there.
Yeah. So I'm playing the Rhino and a slight left to right headwind, and I put it up in the air too early right away, and that had just no chance. That was a misplay on the disc selection there. Albert also taking the hyzer shot. That might be a little tight. He's got the distance right, though. He's in bounds.
Yeah.
It's a quality shot. Getting down on the green here and it seems easy enough, but it's just tough. So are you taking Destroyer here?
Yeah, like my most overstable Destroyer. I was planning on throwing it hard, but I didn't. I'm just thinking, like, it's not like a distance shot, but that disc is my most overstable disc. I'm just trying to put it up in the air and let it fall out of the sky, but I messed that one up quite badly, and you and I are going to have to go to the drop zone.
A little downhill, maybe 18-meter putt.
Man, that was close.
Yeah, just a little wide there. I made this one in the practice round.
Nice.
I needed to turn it the other way around.
Yeah, you'd rather have it in the real deal.
Oh, no. That got away.
Kind of ripped that one.
No. Didn't leave it short.
No.
And Albert with the connection. Great putt. That puts him to 6 under. That was for 8 in a row.
That was for 8 in a row.
I'm thinking, man, this guy's good.
Yeah, for sure.
I've never met this guy, and he's playing complete fire besides one throw.
Yeah, absolutely.
And after 9 holes, I'm sitting at 4 under par. Nate is at 4 under par. Albert at 6, and Rasmus with a bogey and a par shooting a 6 under. Very impressive front 9 from Rasmus.
Yeah, Estonian guys are showing us how it is done out here at Alutaguse. Thank you guys so much for tuning into our front 9 coverage. We will be right back with the back 9 and some of the real signature holes of this course, I feel, coming up. Some huge crushes, some beautiful views. Going to be a lot of action, so come on back and check out our back nine coverage. Greg and Nate signing off.
Stay tuned.